Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Dawn. I'm so happy you could join me today. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button and hit the bell to get my notifications because I'll be having a lot of new content coming out and you won't want to miss it. Today, I'm excited to say I have joined the Kat Scrappiness design team and I'm participating in their hop and giveaway. This hop is called the KS Love Blooms hop and it is a hashtag driven hop. You can click on the hashtag title to find all the stops in the hop, or you can find them all on the Kat Scrappiness YouTube channel under the playlist KS Creative Crew. I'll tell you a little bit more about the hop a little later on, but for now, let's get started. Kat Scrappiness just had a huge release, and I'll be using the Quokka Flowers stamp set and die. What's awesome about this set is that you get all the dies to cut out the sentiments, and I love that because it just makes everything so much easier when you're trying to cut out your sentiments that are not like straight across in a line. And I'll also be using the Love is in the Air stencil and the A2 reverse scallop die set. The first thing I do is stamp my image with a Copic friendly black ink. And then I'm just going to move some of the sentiments around on the plastic sheet that it came with. So they're a little bit spread out because I didn't feel like taking them off. And I want to stamp them all at once so I have a bunch of sentiments ready to go when I need them. It's really easy to use the plastic packing it comes with to do this. And I'll just put some removable tape on the back of the plastic. And you don't need to use a lot of the removable tape. It sticks pretty well. And then I'm just going to close the MISTI on it, and then I'm going to stamp it with some black ink. Here I'm just going to line up the dies on the image. Now, I'm not going to lie, it may take a few minutes to match them up, but once you do, you'll have tons of sentiments. If you wanted to, some people actually make templates and they tape the die over the stamped sentiment and then they store it like that. I haven't had time to do anything like that yet, but I probably will. I just tape them in place and then I run them through my die cutting machine and I end up with tons of sentiments that I can use on future projects, and I'm just going to save them for later use. Here I'm going to do some quick Copic coloring. I'm not doing anything special, so I'm just going to go quickly through the coloring to show you what colors I used. For the outline of the bear, I used E37, and to color the bear in, I used E33. And while I color my bear in, let me tell you a little bit about the hop. In order to qualify for the gift card, you have to sign up for the Kat Scrappiness newsletter. And you also need to fill out the Rafflecopter form for the actual giveaway. Both links are in the description box below, and you have until January 18th to do both of those things. Once you do, you will be entered to win a $25 Kat Scrappiness gift card. Okay, now back to my card. For the Quokka's ears and nose, I'm going to use R11 Pale Cherry Pink. And for the stems of the flowers, I'm using G43 Pistachio. And then for the middle of the flower, I'm going to use Y06 Yellow. And then to finish the flowers off, I'm going to use R83 Rose Mist. I ran them through my die cut machine, and now I'm going to make my background to the shaker card using the Love is in the Air stencil. I'm going to be stenciling directly onto the A2 size card base because it's going to be the inside of my shaker card. Once I have my stencil where I want it to go, I'm going to use my magnets to hold my stencil in place. You can use painter's tape or easy tape if you wanted to. I just like to use my magnets because I think they work great and they save me on tape. I'm going to be using my tiny blending brushes I got from Kat Scrappiness, and I got this really nice silicone caddy to hold all these brushes, which is really nice. I can just grab them as I need them, and I can easily see what colors I have to use, so I thought I would share that with you. I'm using my Distress Oxide inks. This one is called Spun Sugar, And I'm just going over all the little hearts. What's great about these little brushes is that they really get into the tiny little spaces. I don't stencil all the way to the edge of the paper because I want it to only be where the frame is going to be. I want the frame to cover all of the hearts, and then it will leave a little bit of a white border around the frame. So I'm mainly focusing on the middle of the paper. And I'm not pressing down too hard because I really don't want my background to be dark. I want my shaker bits to be the main focus of the card. Look at how cute this heart background is. I love it. You can use it for so many different types of cards. I did get some a little close to the edge, but that's okay because they actually just erase right off. Okay, let's start making our shaker pouch. I'm going to die cut 6 of the largest scallop frames from white cardstock. If you don't want to die cut 6 frames, you can use foam tape also. Then I'm going to put score tape all around the frame. I like to use score tape instead of liquid glue when I'm dealing with acetate. I always manage to smudge the glue everywhere, so if I can use score tape, I much rather do that. Then I'm going to place the acetate on top of the score tape. Make sure it's lined up really good so none of your shaker bits fall out. And then I'm going to use liquid glue to stack the remaining 5 white frames on top of each other. And then I add more score tape to the back of the acetate, and then I attach the acetate on top of the stacked frames. Okay, I love making shaker cards because for me, this is the fun part. I'm going to put this Twitter painted sprinkle mix onto the heart panel. You can use as much or as little as you like. I decided I wanted a pretty good amount in the shaker card, so I just added some more until I had the amount that I wanted. I then put liquid glue all around the frame, and then I adhere it to the front of the shaker card. Make sure not to move any of the shaker pieces around until you press down on the frame so none of the glue gets stuck. I mean, none of the shaker bits get stuck on the glue. That happens to me too. And look at how nice that looks. It shakes all around. I just love shaker cards. Now I'm going to put the flowers in between the Quokka's hands. The Quokka die cuts out 2 slots, which is really nice. You just slide the flowers in the middle. Now the flowers are in there pretty tight, but you can add a little bit of glue if you want to make sure that it doesn't come out at all. And look at how cute this image is. Oh, I just love it. I went ahead and I put foam tape on the back of the image, and then I adhered it to the front of the shaker panel. And then to finish off the card, I picked the sentiment, "Everyone needs a friend like you," and I put foam tape on the back of it, and then I adhered that to the front of the card. And that's going to complete this card for today. I have an extra card I made with the Quokka flower stamp set and die, and I paired it up with the Love Blooms layered stencil that just came out in this release. You get 2 stencils, but I did only use the heart stencil from it. And I wanted to show you the same stamp set with 2 completely different looks. I want to thank you for joining me for the Kat Scrappiness Love Blooms Hop. Don't forget to subscribe to the Kat Scrappiness newsletter and fill out the Rafflecopter form for a chance to win a $25 gift card. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on all the exciting new content that I'll be having. As always, I want to thank you for spending your time with me and have yourself a wonderful day.